Okay. If you guys can still hear me, can you give me a thumbs up, please? Uh, for those that I can see your thumbs up or use your chat. I'm not sure if I'm, okay, perfect. All right. So let me share my screen here. One second. Okay. I think that's the right one. All right. Can you guys see this? In the chat, if you can see my screen or give me a thumbs up. Okay, perfect. All right. So the exciting thing about where we are in Hyperfund is that we are really at an opportune time in in the industry of cryptocurrency. We are in a space where there is volatility, and right now the market is kind of going down. It will go up, but right now it's going down. People who are very new to the space are concerned. There's a lot of there's a lack of trust in the industry because so many bad apples have come in and they have scammed a lot of people of money. And then also because of the lack of education, people are not able to understand how to really maximize the opportunity before them. Everything is new. But we have an opportunity to be a part of a company that allows us to get rewarded financially in a way that doesn't that shields us from the fluctuation of the market, and also because they are one of the biggest companies in the blockchain crypto space, well documented, well trusted. We are really like in an incubation of safety while we are making money. So I want us to actually come out of the hyper fun bubble for a second and see what is happening in the crypto space and why what we have in our hand as hyper fun or being in crypto is so important. Okay. So I'll talk a little bit about cryptocurrency. We'll cover just part one because all of us are already in the part two, the income streams. So I'll give a brief introduction of Flourishing Legacy, who I would like our team to be, and then I'll talk about the new money, which is cryptocurrency. So Flourishing Legacy, I created Flourishing Legacy before Hyperfund because this year I went to the Lord and I said, this year I want to be on a journey of growing financially. I felt that I had all this education, but when it concerned finances, I was not where I wanted to be. I didn't have the kind of knowledge I needed to have. I really needed God to intervene in my situation, in our situation as a family, to grow our finances to a place of financial freedom. So I created this business as a place where I can journey with other people who have the same heart of financial freedom. And we can do that through financial literacy, through having different income streams to help us to get to the place of financial freedom, and finally giving back. I love the Lord. I'm a believer, and I would like our team to be, I know there are people from different places here. Most of you, I feel, are believers. Those I've interacted with all of you, so I know you're believers. So you understand the power of giving back. Um, Everything that I personally make for our family, when I say I really mean our family. Everything that I personally make, 10% of that goes to our ministry. The ministry helps to build leaders in Africa that will be Christ ambassadors in the marketplace. So I encourage the entire team to either find a cause that they give back to with the money that we are making, give a portion back either to your church or to a ministry, or join us in our ministry that we give to. And so that's kind of the core of what I would like our team to be about. And we'll continue to have conversations about that. Obviously, a disclaimer is that I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I'm giving you is education, and you have to make your own decision about different things that you learn as we have a conversation. So, what is going on in crypto? What is crypto? When I reached out to my big boss in one project that I was doing, I'm constantly looking at the time to make sure that I'm within time. Um, I reached out. Hyperfund had given me such a confidence in its reward system and in the confidence in the company. I felt that I could bring this opportunity to one of my big bosses that I worked with for a project. We worked helping to elevate poverty around the world and through church workers and pastors around the world. But one of the biggest problems we encountered was the ability to pay pastors and or church workers around the world. It was really difficult. And there's so many restrictions and so many different rules. So when I started understanding cryptocurrency and how money is changing, I thought about this, my boss. And so I reached out to him. And several months after, he joined Hyperfund, and he's very excited about being in this space. And he was able to share this opportunity with Oscar, who is here with us today. So what is happening, when I went for the meeting, the thing he asked me was, what is cryptocurrency? What is blockchain? Tell me about it. And I was ready because I've been educating myself. So I want our team to be ready to understand what is the space that we're in. We are in the space of new money. Money is having a makeover. Okay, that is where we are. And let's see. All right. And as we know, money has had a makeover over time, over history. Before we, especially in our African traditions and our African cultures, we used to trade seashells and different precious goods and services. Now we went to precious metals like gold and silver. That was cumbersome, so it moved to cash and coins. Then later on, plastic with debit cards and credit cards. Now we are in digital money. So we are not in a very foreign space. That's the one thing we will understand, that cryptocurrency is not that foreign. It's just money is just changing to become better so that the value can be easily transferred from one person to another. The reason why money changed from the precious metals to cash and coins was because carrying gold and silver around, that was cumbersome. And so it moved to cash and coins. Even with cash and coins, because of the technology, the internet and all that, it made it possible for us to transfer value without even holding anything in our hand. That's how money changed to plastic money. Now with the fall in 2018 of the financial systems, we saw that trust was a problem. People who were the central unit of distributing money were making rules that were not of integrity. So that is how cryptocurrency came about, to say, let's come up with, let's renew this money and make it in such a way that the money will not be centralized, but it will be decentralized. Money will have, it will be the coding that will show its authenticity, and not the government or any kind of institution. It will be done by person to person, instead of person to intermediary, intermediary to another intermediary to the person. So we'll cut out the middleman so that it will be cheaper, faster, and safer to send money. That is what cryptocurrency is about. We understand that in 1944, the dollar was backed by the gold standard, meaning that the amount of gold that was in the central bank was the amount of money that was being printed in dollars. And we know that the dollar affects every single currency around the world. But in 1971, this is something I didn't know until I started reading. In 1971, the dollar stopped being backed by gold, meaning that the dollar was backed by debt and taxes. The government can print as much money as they want based on the social physical demands of the country. What does that do? That just means that the value of the dollar continues to fall because we are printing more and more money. Now, when the value of the dollar falls, that means the value of all other currencies around the world are falling with it. Other currencies that are backed by other governments that are also printing a lot of money, their currency is falling. So you've heard things like in Venezuela, how the currency has fallen. Many years ago, we knew about Zimbabwe and all of that. So you see that cryptocurrency now comes in to be able to fix this problem where the government is not the one that is controlling money, but a code is the one that is controlling the money in terms of authenticity, in terms of supply. So cryptocurrency, obviously the mother of all cryptocurrency is Bitcoin, and Bitcoin has a particular code that it has to be matched in the blockchain. The matching of the codes is that's what makes it a blockchain. So you buy Bitcoin, you send it to some other person, the other person gets the Bitcoin, there's a matching of the codes, and that causes the chain, and that's what is called the blockchain. So everything is verifiable, but autonomous, and is going direct from one person to the next. And so with Bitcoin, having a particular supply, there will only be 21 million Bitcoin in the world. And so that makes the value of Bitcoin extremely valuable. So unlike our other currencies that we call fiat currency, the value is falling because of inflation and the overprinting of money. Is everybody following me so far? It's hard to do this without seeing your faces. But if you're following me, please give me a thumbs up, or in your chat, or a thumbs up in your screen. Beautiful. Wonderful. Okay, good. So now, why should we care about cryptocurrency? The reason why we should care about cryptocurrency is because cryptocurrency is the greatest invention in our time, just like in the 1930s of the airplane, just like the internet in the 80s, just like smartphones in the 2000s. Cryptocurrency is like the biggest and most important innovation of our time. That is why we should care. Cryptocurrency is changing money. That is the reality. It doesn't matter that it's going up and down. The reality is that cryptocurrency is changing money, and we are in the right space because we are starting to understand by our experience. We are earning while we are learning. We're starting to understand this space. When all these innovations came up, we were very far removed from it. When all these innovations about crypto happened, we were, other innovations about that happened before us, we were far removed. I remember when the internet came out, several years after, I asked my mom to go learn the computer. She was looking at me like I was crazy. Like, why do you want to go learn the computer? I had to explain to my mother, who is a very educated woman. I said, no, I need to understand and learn the computer because that's where everything is going. So I want you to think back about when the internet came out and when computers came out. This is the kind of time we're living in. It is even bigger because we're talking about money. Money is the biggest industry in the world because it captures every single person in the world. So what is in our hand is not just Hyperfund, is our ability to create wealth in Hyperfund, is our ability to understand the space of cryptocurrency, and it's our ability to be able to capitalize and leverage on the opportunities of early adoption to be able to change the financial layout of our family and several generations after us. That is what we have in our hand. So it's very exciting what's going on. If you think that you are the only one paying attention to crypto, if you think that the media is the only one paying attention to crypto, then you'll be fooled because all the big household names are paying attention to crypto. As you can see on your screen, there are several governments that are adopting crypto as their own currency. You have big household names that have crypto as a form of payment, from PayPal to Microsoft to Home Depot to Amazon is kind of in the works. Facebook has already been working on their coin and revamping their coin and so forth. So when these big companies start working in this space of crypto and blockchain, IBM is far advanced when it concerns blockchain. You know that these people have money to do research, and so they have been researching all of this. The banks are getting involved. The other day, yesterday, we were trying to fund one of our sisters, and she called Bank of America, and she called the front line as we normally do to get someone. Okay, I just muted her. Okay. Oops. So we were trying to get her funded. She called Bank of America, and you know what happened when she called Bank of America? They talked to her a little bit, and they found out she was trying to buy crypto. They transferred her to their crypto line. They actually have a separate customer service for crypto now in Bank of America. So you have to understand that with this early adoption comes great opportunity. Great opportunity to reduce the cost of sending money. Now I'm able to, another story is we have this small business that we buy electronics here and sell it in Cameroon. And we're having difficulty once the product is sold in Cameroon to bring the money back to the US without paying a lot of fees. So with cryptocurrency, as we got into the space, we were able to get a crypto money changer in Cameroon. My in-law sent the money to his wallet over there. He changed it into Bitcoin and sent it to our wallet over here in a few minutes, and it reduced costs. That is the power of the kind of space we are operating. So as you are learning how to send crypto from one wallet to the other, it might seem weird. It might seem like, oh, this is so inconveniencing, but you're learning a skill way advanced of the masses to be able to capitalize on that and make some money along the way. So just like everything, timing is important, and we are at the right time because this is the time when the systems are in place, and now the adoption is what the industry is waiting for. And we are right there in the early adoption. And with all of that, it also, with crypto also, it gives us an opportunity to have a level playing field with our global world. What do I mean by level playing field? I have a pastor friend who is in Hyperfund. He's in South Sudan. I shared with him about Hyperfund. He was able to jump on a Zoom. He listened. He was excited. He wired me his money. I bought his crypto, sent it to his wallet in Hyperfund. Now he's in South Sudan rebuying on his phone and being able to build wealth along with us, although he's in a very underdeveloped place. So it's leveling the playing field of these economies, especially economies from where we come from. We have about 5 or 6 different African countries represented here. Please do not leave your people behind. I know for me, one of my greatest goals is to bring my own people into the space and to bring the ministry workers into the space, because God's people need to be in here and my people, cultural people, need to be in here. So do not leave your people out, because they will learn. Don't think that they cannot learn. They will learn. You just teach them, be patient with them slowly, and they will start learning, and you will be able to be the one that has spread the blessing of bringing this kind of wealth into a place that they probably might not know. Don't think that someone will tell them. You might think that someone will tell them, or they'll hear from the internet. No, 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 no. We know that we have been so far behind when it concerned information, but now we have this great opportunity. So that is the space that we run in. We know, you are aware that all different disruptions that happen, with any disruption that happens, there is the opportunity for financial reward. We just need to understand what is going on in the space and understand how we can be leverage the profitability of these different things. We remember the .com. We are young enough to remember the .com era, where young people in their 15, 16, 17, 19, 21 years old were starting to be multi-billionaires because they sat in their garage and created a code that now everybody is using. This is the kind of opportunity that we have here. And because we're in Hyperfund, Hyperfund is already way advanced in the blockchain crypto industry. So they are exposing us to their ecosystem, and we're getting way ahead of the game. That is what you have in your hand. That is what you have in your hand. It's leverage. That is what you have in your hand with Hyperfund. Hyperfund is just the beginning of the opportunities that we can be a part of. In the crypto space, and I'm rounding up, in the crypto space, it can seem like very complicated, but I want you to understand that there are really like 4 major players in the space. You have buyers and sellers, which all of us are a part of because we bought crypto, we bought USDT, and sellers, we have sold our crypto one time or the other. All right, then you have miners. Those are people who are creating crypto, from the miners of Bitcoin. And now in Hyperfund, we were introduced to the mining opportunity. I bought a few slots of mining. I don't even know how I will make money, but I'm sure I will learn, and I know I will make money with Hyperfund in the mining, the hyper mining. If you have not done your hyper mining, they opened up some slots today. I think today is the last day for the opening of slots. So check your back office. You'll be able to log in and figure out how you can buy a few slots so that you profit from mining. Then you have the traders, those who are buying and selling every single day with the fluctuation of the market. Just remember, as the market fluctuates, that's how the opportunity for gain and loss is available. Then you have the entrepreneurs like our Hyperfund Global Tech. They are entrepreneurs. So they are taking the space and being able to adapt it to provide goods and services that everyone needs. When you look at the space in that form, everything now becomes very condensed. Then you start understanding this space. So, oops. So with everything, we know that just like with business, you always invest in companies that provide value. That is the bottom line. You invest in companies that provide value. Hyperfund is providing value for us in the fact that it's rewarding us for being members. You have an academy in your back office that is helping you get educated in the space, is exposing us to different ecosystems in the space, is providing trust and integrity in the space as well. It's allowing us not to be hedged from the big fluctuations in the crypto space, especially right now when the market is at a bear market, when the market is slumping. We are still getting our rewards every single day, and we are happy about that. So I hope this was helpful for all of us to really understand what we have in our hand. I will stop sharing my screen. And we are able to understand what we have in our hands so that we can really share this with as many loved ones that we have, because sharing is caring. Okay. All right. So we have about less than 15 minutes. I will open it up for questions if anyone has questions about either what I shared or other questions about Hyperfund, and we'll try to address them within the last 15 minutes that we have. I think if you have a question, you can raise your hand. Let me see. The bottom of your screen where it says reactions, you are able to raise your hand. You can raise your hand and then you'll mute yourself. Okay, Iseline, let me see. Go ahead.
Yes. Excuse me. Sheila,
Yeah.
I really do not have any question, but I just want to say what you just shared is so key. Just learning the basics about crypto, because it's really a foreign language to many people. And this presentation that you just gave ought to be a precursor to learning about Hyperfund, because you really touched on everything that a new member needs to know, or somebody who's not familiar with crypto, because like I said, it's totally a foreign language. And I was sitting here taking notes, as you were talking, and I definitely would love to listen to this recording again and share them with my direct referrals, because a lot of people that I've talked to keep asking the question, what is it, what's crypto? It's so foreign, but once you get it, and it all makes sense, because this is really the way of the future. So thank you so much for taking the time to put this presentation together. It's very helpful, and I think if you don't mind, you may want to share this presentation with the big wigs in Hyperfund, because a lot of people will benefit, because if you're just thrust into Hyperfund without having some basic knowledge about what this crypto is all about, it may sound, you may get so overwhelmed, but just knowing all these basics is key. It's really important. So I just want to thank you for taking the time to do this.
Thank you, Iseline. Yes,
Yeah.
I'll share it with Sheila. Maybe we'll do it in our bigger team, and then have her
Right.
push it ahead
Put it out there. Yes.
to the bigger wigs.
I
Thank
know.
you. Thanks for
Yeah.
the feedback.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, you're welcome.
Any other questions and or comments?
Well, I have a comment, not question, but comment.
Sure.
No question yet. I think that will be coming soon, but for now, just only a comment. For example, this morning in Costa Rica, we have a news that says that a lot of company is coming out to bring or to sell Bitcoins and, to make business using Bitcoins. And they said, okay, you need to be sure that it's not a fraud, because when somebody promises you a lot of money with a little risk, it's a big risk.
Yes.
So But there are a lot of people saying, okay, you need just invest 100 and you will get $10,000. So it's a tricky, you know, but how we can avoid when the people ask, because I don't think to share this until for now I won't. I will be waiting for what happened with me, and in the moment I will be suggesting to my friends to do it. But how can you avoid? This is a question. I know. How we can avoid to the people think that it's kind of fraud. You know that it's just some secure. It's a risk as a business. It's a risk. All the business around the world has some kind of risk. But how to explain them that that is not a fraud? There is something real that is happening and could serve to them.
Very, very good question. This is what I have learned. I'm going to share my screen 1 second and back to this screen. This is what I've learned. It's the same principle for any kind of business. If the way that I am able to determine if a business is legit is I'm asking the question, what value are they bringing? What are they selling? And with what they are selling, is what they are selling able to give them the kind of revenue that they will be able to pay me this big sum of money that they're promising? That's the question. That's the question you ask when you're buying stocks in a company. That's the question you ask when you want to partner with with anyone. You're wanting to find the integrity of these owners. One, do you know the owners? Do you know where they are located? How long have they been in the space? What are they selling? And do they have documentation that they are doing well in what they are selling? So those are the kind of questions, because these people, these players are all in the space. If they're saying they're in crypto, what are they doing? Are they buying and selling crypto? Are they mining crypto? So when you know if they are miners, if all they do is mine, it's although mining is lucrative, but only if you are just mining, you won't have the amount of money to pay thousands of people a lot of money. So that's already a red flag. If they are traders, you can make a lot of money just like you can lose a lot of money. So are they guaranteed? People who are actually authentic traders never guarantee you any kind of return. They give you an average. But if they're guaranteeing you, red flag. Those are the kind of things that, Oscar, I can say that you want to look at.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay. Any other questions? We have 10 minutes. Okay, we have Danielle. You can unmute yourself.
Yes. Hi, Sheila.
Hi, Danielle. Great to have you.
Thanks for having me. Really great presentation, really clear. And I like how you put the accent on sharing with others. Sharing is caring. I just wanted to ask, for those who are in countries where they are not allowed to do crypto, because I know that some people from Nigeria were saying that they are not allowed to do crypto. Do you know all they can still do to enter Hyperfund?
Yes. So you're asking those like in Nigeria how they can enter Hyperfund?
Yes. Or even those who are in Cameroon, but they don't really know anything about crypto and all they can maybe transfer the currency. Maybe that's another question. That's my second question. So let's start with those who can do crypto.
Okay. So I know that for governments, I'm not quite sure the dynamics that play into those various governments, because every government is different, and I'll open it up. Maybe someone has an answer for that. But I know in Nigeria, they are being funded through Binance. That's how, and Binance is a legal entity that is operational in Nigeria. So It's also operational in Cameroon and so forth. So I think it's country specific. So I don't know. Does anyone have an answer for that? Iseling, was your hand up or was it from last time?
I think it was from the last time, but you answered the question because Hyperfund, they have a Nigerian team where they have presentation. I think it's a Lola that does the presentation.
Mm-hmm.
And people in Nigeria are part of Hyperfund, and I haven't heard that they having any issues. And yes, Binance is what they use, as far as I
Yes,
know.
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Esther.
but oh, you're welcome. Yeah.
And thank you, Sheila. I think that's even answered the question I have for people in Cameroon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So we have 7 minutes. I would love us to, I don't see any other hands up. Okay, so I will have us, those who came in later, if you could just introduce yourself. And so we did an introduction in the beginning. We're just saying who we are, where we're located, our country of origin, and when we joined Hyperfund. And we'll start, Daniel, you're unmuted, so you can go ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Danielle. I'm from Cameroon, but I live in Dallas. And I joined Hyperfund, I think in March or April. Yes.
Cool, cool, cool. Awesome. All right. I think you're the only one that joined after. I think everyone else has introduced themselves. We have let me just kind of briefly share for your info. We have Oscar, who is calling from Costa Rica, Patricia Changwe and Wangala Changwe, their mother and daughter duo. They are calling from Dallas, Texas, and they're originally from Zambia. Oscar is from Costa Rica. Easterlyn is originally from Liberia, Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone, but she's calling from Dallas. Uh, and we have Grace, who is calling from uh, 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 what? What? And now I forgot to
Dayton, Ohio.
Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, and she's originally from Nigeria. Henry is in some city in Texas that I cannot remember. Henry, you're from where? Which city?
I live in Midland, but right now I'm
Midland.
in Conway.
Midland. Okay, Midland, Texas. Yeah, and he is originally from Kenya, and we have Miss Roper, who is originally from Zimbabwe. Yes, calling from the UK. Yes. So we have a very international group here. Very excited about our team. So this will hold every week. And please feel free to bring some of your team leaders here to this meeting. And we will have different things. We probably will do this presentation about cryptocurrency a few times, consistently a few times, so that we understand it as well, because it was a lot of information I shared in a very short period of time, and then that will benefit others as well. So next week we are going to spend some time in onboarding. How do we onboard our team members so that they feel supported and connected with you who invited them, and or with me or any other leader? So we work together as a team. So it doesn't mean that only I can only work with someone who I directly refer. I will always have them be connecting with you, but we work as a team so that we can help each other grow. So, but I am editing a document, an onboarding document, where every member will get that document, and you can pass on to your team, where they will have a reference of everything that they need to know. Then another request I will make, and this will be for next week, will be that every team have a resource group where they put all their resources for Hyperfund there so that their team can access resources on their phone. So you're gonna get a PDF, which is nice, but most of the time we're on our phones, we're on the go. So it would be nice to have a resource group where you can pull something from there and send it somewhere where it's not mingled with chats and stuff like that. And so if you create your resource group, don't add me, please, just create your resource group and just let me know that you have created it and you want me to send all the documents to that group. I will send you all the little things that you need to know. And that is will be the place where your team goes to get resources. Everyone on this call should be on our Hyper Legacy team WhatsApp group and also in the Telegram group, the Hyperbounds. If you want to be in the corporate Hyperfund group, the bigger group, there's directions in the Telegram of how to get registered, to how to be in there. You can only be admitted once they once you verify information and so forth, just for security. So next week, bring your some of your team members to our meeting, and we will spend some time looking at the onboarding document, which by God willing, I should have sent to you guys prior to the meeting so that if you have questions, we can look at. Okay. All right. We're doing good on time. We have 1 minute and we will close our time. Thank you guys so much for coming, such impromptu. I appreciate you all, and we can go and build our team. Just remember, sharing is caring. We ask the Lord to bless the works of our hands and to bless our team so that every work that we do is blessed and really directed by Him. Amen.
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 All right,
Thank you
you can
so much, Sheila.
Thank you so much, Sheila.
Okay, thank
Thanks,
Yes,
Sheila.
you.
Bye-bye,
appreciate
guys.
you.
Okay,
Okay.
bye-bye.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much and goodbye.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Everybody.
Thank you. Bye.